Kayla, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be starting up a brand new route with Angel or Devil, and that is going to be with Raug, one of the devils that you guys voted for. Make sure you follow me on Twitter so you don't miss any future votes. Let's quickly read through his about me before we get started. He is a devil, his favorites are a secret, he dislikes Angel and the Reaper and incompetent people who work for him. His hobby is keeping secrets. Raug never takes humans seriously, except for the Devil King. He's loyal to his boss. To Raug, the end justifies the means, hence he's good. He has no interest in the human world, and one day, for some reason, he has come down for your soul. The cruel Raug has changed since he met you. Interesting, not much to go on there, so let's just jump into it. Main story, chapter 1. This is interesting because he wasn't in the prologue, so I wonder how they're gonna do this. You're finally awake. The attractive young man smiled. Who are you? I didn't recognize him, but at the same time felt as if I had seen him before. It was then that I noticed the black wings on his back. What are those black wings? When I tried to get up, I couldn't move. The man saw this and smiled. Don't push yourself. I'm here to put you at peace. As he said this, he drew closer to me. Huh? What? And just then, Diavol, cut that out! A voice rang out across the room. Oh, I didn't realize it was him. I looked and saw a young man with white wings standing there. And who is that? The one called Diavol frowned when he saw the man with his white wings. What do you want, Lattice? Always bothering me at the best parts? Let go of her. If you don't, what are you gonna do? Diavol let go of me and turned to face Lattice. I was a bit relieved at this, but at the same time confused by all of it. What on earth's going on? Unable to move, I watched the situation suddenly unfolding. Seriously, these two. I heard a sigh from somewhere around me and I was suddenly lifted up. Huh? The next instant, the clear sky opened up around me. Wait, what's going on? Startled by the unexpected view, I gazed around at the blue sky. I see. I looked up at the man holding me and our eyes met. Oh, he is cute, you guys. Wow. Flustered, I looked away but caught a glimpse of his black wings as I did. Is this the same guy as before? My voice wavered. I'm Raug. Huh? My name is Raug. You're Kayla, right? My heart started pounding at his intense gaze. Yeah, he is pretty handsome. Just as I was thinking this, Raug's eyes narrowed at me. You have 7 days left to live. What? I wasn't expecting to hear something like that. Only 7 days left? Someone will be coming for your soul, like the angel and demon that you saw before. Angel and demon? Then that means you? Yes, I'm a demon too. So, I'll be the one to take your soul. He smiled curtly. Back at the hospital, Lattice was explaining the situation to an angel that just arrived. Yeah, that's right. Then another devil showed up. Diavol cut in when he heard this. That was Raug, my boss. Oh, his boss. A young man stood quietly nearby, a large scythe in his hand. I see. So it was Raug. Hearing this, Lattice turned to him and asked, So this is Pharaoh. Do you know Pharaoh? Pharaoh gave a vague smile. Well, yeah. Diavol listened to their conversation. You know Raug? They waited for a response from Pharaoh. Then a cheerful voice echoed across the room. What's going on? Everyone's gathered around having a good time. Can I join? Everyone turned to look and saw a man with a scythe in his hand. The young man with the scythe standing quietly nearby muttered under his breath. Reiner glanced at the young man. Ravel's capable too, but of course won't do anything, right? He took a breath and turned to Pharaoh. It's been a while, Pharaoh. Lattice was thrown off by their familiarity with each other. Pharaoh, you know this Reaper? Just as Pharaoh was about to speak, of course, we're best buds, right? By the way, what's the gal with the powerful soul? Reiner looked around curiously. Pharaoh saw this and sighed. That's what we were wanting to know. Take my soul? What's he talking about? Raug stared at me as I puzzled over the unexpected conversation. It was a gentle gaze, not demon-like at all. It's like he's longing for something. Raug's expression became dignified again at hearing my voice. Is there something you'd like to do? Huh? I'm asking if there's anything you'd like to do with the 7 days that you have left. I thought hard about this. 7 days, but I'm just gonna say I can't think of anything. Being told something like that so suddenly, I can't think of anything right now. Raug's eyes narrowed at hearing my answer. Well, most humans do answer that way. His cold voice sent chills down my spine. Most humans. He stared at me, but instead of feeling afraid, I just felt my heart pounding. Why at a time like this? Unable to move, I just stayed as I was. Finally, he let out a cold cough.
As I thought.
Huh?
Nothing. I was only thinking. You're just a human after all.
What's that supposed to mean? As I thought this, I felt myself lurch downwards. Whoa! Raug started flying towards the ground. I clung to him frantically so that I wouldn't fall. How scary! Suddenly, he stopped. Huh? I immediately looked to Raug, his expression grim. I followed his gaze. It was the hospital I had stayed at. I like his little, wolf tooth. It's cute.
Great, it looks like the worthless guys have shown up.
He looked disgusted as he said this and took off in a different direction. Oh shoot, this is scary. Is this hell? A while back.
Huh, you mean me?
Raug wasn't expecting those orders from the Demon King.
That's right.
The Demon King controlled the underworld. His orders were to be obeyed at all costs, and no one could give their opinion.
But why me? Isn't soul harvesting a job at the lower levels? Normally, yes, but this time, it's special.
As the Demon King said this, Raug looked up at him.
Special? Yes, this time we're dealing with a very powerful soul. It will be troublesome for the angels, I'm sure. I see. Besides, I'm sure it has something to do with her, that legendary angel.
Raug, who had been listening quietly up to that point, stiffened. Legendary angel? I didn't hear of this in Ravel's route.
It seems like I can't take you back to the hospital.
Raug spoke as he flew further and further from the hospital with me in his arms.
If that's the case, then...
His surprisingly cold voice gave me the chills. Does that mean he's gonna carry me away like this? Hey, wait! I shouted suddenly. I guess we'll go with take me home, because if he puts us down, I think that's gonna be a long fall. Take me home! Raug looked at me sternly as I desperately tried to struggle free.
Home? What do you plan to do when you get home? No one but you lives there, right?
His words struck me. Oh, I hesitated a moment and looked back at Raug. What does that have to do with anything? I just want to go home. He raised his brow.
You're pretty cheeky, aren't you? Just what do you think I am anyways?
I scowled at him. I don't care about that. Just take me home. A grin slowly spread across his face.
You're a tough one, aren't you?
He whispered to me, his voice unexpectedly kind.
Kayla.
Hearing him say my name like that made my heart skip and my body go numb. What?
Not that being tough is a bad thing.
His captivating eyes drew closer to mine. What is he? Just as his lips were about to touch mine. No! I shouted in my head and drew my body back. Then my whole body became hot and emitted with a blaring light. Ugh! Raug grimaced. I collapsed, almost falling from his arms. Raug immediately repositioned his hold on me and made a landing. Then he sat me down on the ground.
What did you just do?
His eyes were fixed on me as he said this. I had no idea what just happened, but Raug just smirked.
This is the pure noble soul, right? Interesting.
He came closer, took my chin in his hand, and lifted my head. Huh? Oh my gosh! I didn't even have time to be surprised before his lips were on mine. As if by some sort of magic, my body wouldn't move. No, heat began slowly emanating from where he touched. What's happening? I tried to resist, but was no match against the strong arms that held me. Our lips parted briefly, and I was met by Raug's malicious eyes. Just as the embarrassment began washing over, his lips met mine again. Filled with frustration, I tried desperately to push away, but it was no use. He held onto me strongly. Let me go! He ignored my plea.
Just a little more.
His kiss became stronger. Our breathing intertwined, and I started to feel suffocated. My body grew weaker. He finally pulled away.
Just as I expected from a pure soul.
He whispered in my ear, and he batted his long lashes. He leaned in close again and began tracing my lips with his fingertips.
I'll take you home for now.
Huh?
I'm saying I'll take you home. For now.
He gave a devious look as he said this, licking his lips. Meanwhile...
There's no sign of Kayla.
Farrell's expression became grim. Really? Lattice tilted his head to the side in confusion, and Raynor stood beside him looking serious.
Yeah, perhaps she was taken away by a demon?
Tiavel listened to their conversation and smiled.
Well then, there's no need for me to be here.
Tiavel's form disappeared, and Raynor chuckled.
Well, he sure is honest for a demon, isn't he?
Raynor seemed unhurried, but Farrell called out impatiently to Lattice.
Lattice, I want you to go back to heaven and check to see if Kayla has been taken to the underworld. Understood. What about you? I will search this human world.
Raynor shrugged his shoulders as he watched the angels disappear.
Well then, what should we do, Ravel?
I slowly opened my eyes and found myself surrounded by darkness. I looked around frantically, but I couldn't see a thing, just the darkness surrounding me. I put my hand down as I tried to get up, and as I did, I felt something cold and wet. Then a smell like rusted iron reached my nose. Is this blood? My body froze with sheer terror. What should I do? Somebody, help! Then loud laughter came out of nowhere. That voice. I turned toward the laughter as Raug's figure came forth, spear in hand. Raug? I noticed that there was someone collapsed on the ground at his feet. Is that a human? If so, then this blood is... Fear washed over me as Raug's lips curled into a smile.
Kayla, you're mine.
His voice was deep. His hand reached out toward me. No. I tried to run, but my body was frozen in place, and then he grabbed a hold of me. Ah! When I opened my eyes, I was looking at the ceiling in my own room. Was that? In a panic, I sat up and checked myself over. After I arrived home, I'd somehow ended up asleep in bed. Just a dream. That's good. I breathed a sigh of relief. He's a demon, of course. I remember what happened in my dream and felt scared again. Then Raug's kind expression crossed my mind. But why would he do something like that? My cheeks grew hot as I remembered our kiss. Even now, I could feel the warmth of his lips. But why? He brought me back here, right? Various questions came to mind as I wondered why I had no bad feelings towards him, even though he was the one to sentence me. I couldn't get him off of my mind, and he's a demon. You can't trust him. Just then, a long bang echoed across the room.
Sorry, but I'll leave the rest to you.
Just as he left the room, Diavol appeared.
What are you talking about, Raug?
Raug didn't answer.
This doesn't concern you.
As Raug tried to leave, Diavol pulled him back.
Wait, I have to talk to you about something.
Diavol looked concerned, but Raug brushed him off.
I got it. I'll have to wait until later. Huh? What do you mean? Even though I was in charge of her soul, you just went and took her? Or maybe you weren't able to bring her back. That human.
Raug scowled as Diavol rambled on.
Didn't you hear me? I said I'd explain later.
Diavol was surprised at the threatening tone of Raug's voice.
Understood.
Diavol wasn't at all satisfied, but left reluctantly. Once he was alone, he took a deep breath.
Strength like that.
He looked down over the human world for a moment and smiled.
But I think things are about to get interesting.
I turned around in surprise at the sudden noise. What was that sound? My heart was pounding when even more clattering came from the balcony. What is it? For a moment I thought of Raug, but quickly dismissed the thought. If it was him, he would just come in here on his own. I tried to move, but I was frozen in place. I waited for a moment when the clattering sound started again. Is someone there? I mustered enough courage to speak finally. I somehow managed to stand and walk cautiously towards the balcony. And as I did, what is this? It was a bat. Okay, guys. Well, that is where we are leaving off. We just found a bat on our balcony. I don't know if, different things of the darkness are going to be attracted to us now that the demon has set his sights on us. We'll see. But I do find this very interesting and extremely different from Ravel's route. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and I will talk to you guys next time. Bye!